students. Hope you are all fine, and I hope that you have understood all the units of physics, that is unit 1 to unit 8. So today we are entering into the next unit, that is unit 9, atomic and nuclear physics. Okay. So before entering into the unit, let me give some important concepts or important theories about this atoms. Okay, let us study first about the atoms. Okay, so what is meant by these atoms? So from the very beginning of the scientists were trying to find out what this universe is made up of. We all have studied the space around, the things around us is called as matter. The matter may be solid or liquid or gas. It is consisting of atoms and molecules and so many things we have studied. Okay. From the very beginning, the scientists having a doubt what this universe is made up of. Okay, what is the basic material or what is the fundamental particle the universe is made up of. Okay, so we were thinking that so it is made up of, it is the combination of some of the particles. Like if we cook, we will be adding some ingredients and we will get a new food. Okay, that is a new product. Okay. So likewise, this universe also, whatever we are seeing, it is the combination of so many materials. But they were having a question, what is the fundamental material of this universe and what is the fundamental particle of this universe? Okay. So we have studied in chemistry that all the materials, okay, whatever the material, if we break the material or if you take an object and if we break it to smaller and smaller and smaller, and finally it comes to very small particle, after that we cannot break it. Okay, so that we will call it as molecule. Okay, we are taking an object, we are breaking into a very small pieces like this. Okay, after this it cannot be broken. Okay, so such a particle we are calling it as molecule. Okay, so we are calling it as molecule. Further, when the scientists were studying about the characteristics of this molecule, they come to know that initially they thought that this is the final மெட்டீரியல். ஓகே, இது அதாவது ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் நம்ம எவ்வளோ பிரேக்கேஜ் பண்ணி ஃபைனலாக நமக்கு கிடைக்குது இல்லையா, இவ்வளோ தான், இதுக்கு மேலே பிரேக் பண்ண முடியாது, அதை நம்ம மாலிகூல் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு. ஸோ மாலிகூல் தான் பேசிக் அப்படின்னு வச்சுருந்தாங்க. ஓகே, ஃபைனலி when they are studying about this molecules, the characteristic of the molecule, they came to know that no, the molecule is also consisting of number of particles. Okay, it is also having particles. It is also made up of a few elements, a few particles. Okay, so the molecule is also made up of particles, and that particles we are calling it as atoms. Okay, so initially they thought that when we break an object finally we will be getting a small that is a small particle. After that it cannot be divisible. Okay, so that such a things are called as molecule. After that, when they are studying about the structure, the characteristics of the molecule, they came to know that no, the molecule is not the final particle. It is also made up of certain particles. So that particle they are calling it as atoms. So molecules are made up of atoms. They found out that the molecules are made up of atoms. So different atom has different characteristics. நான் சொன்னேன் molecules, and molecules கூட atomனால தான் உருவாகிருக்கு. So these different molecules, when we see the different atoms, all the atoms are having different characteristics. Okay, for example, when we heat some object, it will produce some colored light. Okay, so when you heat some other object, it will be producing some other colors. Okay, that means for each and every atom, we know that all the material is made up of atom. If atom nala made ஆயிருக்கு அப்படி நம்ம தெரிஞ்சிட்டோம். So whenever I am heating an object, for example, when you heat sodium, we will get yellow color light. Okay, so wherever there is an yellow color light, we can say that yes, there is sodium இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Similarly, all the atoms, they are possessing different characteristics. ஒவ்வொரு மெட்டீரியல் எடுக்கிறோம், அது ஆட்டம் இருக்குது. So ஒவ்வொன்றுக்கும் different characteristics இருக்கு. Okay, so when they are studying about this atom, they came to know that yes, there is a different characteristic for each atom, and there is also a The atom is made up of, I told you that, several other material elements. Seriya, and the molecules is made up of several atoms. So a few atoms, and a few atoms evlona, there are 118 that you might have studied in chemistry. It is made up of 118 elements. Okay, so these are called as elements. Idu vandu 118 elements nala uruvagirukku appadina we have studied. Okay, so there are 118 different elements. Okay, they combine to produce molecule. Abdina, they have find out there are 118 different elements. They are combined to produce molecule. First la enna nenachanga, final idu vandu molecule da. Appuram paakumbodhu molecule is made up of atoms. The atoms vandu adula evlo atoms irukna 118 atoms. Adha nama elements nu kuda solluvom. So these elements, okay, so these elements combine to form, in the elements ella in the 118 elements vandu combine agi da molecule varudhu appadina they found out. Okay, so now they have a question. Okay, whether these all the 118 elements are occurring naturally. Okay, so that is all these atoms are created nature. Adha ella the 118 atoms வந்து different இருக்கும். Okay, அதனால தான் 118 தனித்தனியா எடுத்து சொல்றோம். 118 atoms are there, they are different. So there is a question that all these 118 atoms are that is are in nature differently. Different 118 atom வந்து நேச்சரா இருக்குதா, or otherwise still this 118 elements are made up of some other smaller elements அப்படிங்கற ஒரு question இருந்துச்சு. Can you understand? The molecule in the atom நால made ஆயிருக்கு. இந்த atomல 118 elements வந்து இருக்குது அப்படி சொல்றாங்க. So இந்த 118 elements வந்து நேச்சராவே அதுக்கு வேற வேற ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி வச்சு 118 elements இருக்குதா, இல்ல இந்த 118 elements கூட அந்த அதுக்குள் அதுவே வந்து வேற சின்ன எலிமெண்ட்ஸ்னால இந்த 118 elements ஃபார்ம் ஆயிருக்கா அப்படிங்கற क्वेश्चन arises. Okay, so in order to answer this question they are conducting many experiments. Okay, that means they are taking a tube filled with gases, with low pressure gases that you will be studying that is given in your first topic, but I will explain you as the next part. Okay, so they will be taking a gases inside a tube. Okay, and they are passing electricity. So when we pass electricity, radiation is coming out. In that radiation we know that there is electron is there. Okay, so some electron is there. So whenever they are using some other gases, or in all the gases when they are using so many, that is when they are using all these 118 elements, okay, they are getting that there is a electron is coming out. Electron வெளியில வரத கண்டுபிடிச்சாங்க. So in all this 118 elements electron is common. Okay, எந்த ஒரு எலிமெண்ட் அவங்க எடுத்து எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் பண்ணினாலும் they got the electron as the common particle. Okay, அந்த எல்லா எலக்ட்ரான்லயும் என்ன இருந்துச்சு, there is a common particle called as electron. Can you understand? So they understood that yes, there is this 118 elements, that is this atom is also made up of some other smaller particles அப்படிங்கறத they concluded that yes, atom is also made up of some other smaller particles. Now they found out yes, that atom consists of, it is not a single particle, it is also the combination of some other particle, and experimentally they found that it is having electron அப்படினு கண்டுபிடிச்சாங்க. Okay, so atom is there, it is consisting of electron அப்படினு கண்டுபிடிச்சாங்க. Okay, so this was found out that electron is the common material, and they have found out that experimentally they have found out that one of the important characteristic of this electron, we all know that electron is a negatively charged particle. Okay, this electron is a negatively charged particle. Okay, that they have found out. Okay, so இப்போ என்ன கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்காங்க, மாலிகூல் வந்து ஆட்டம்னால உருவாயிருக்கு. அந்த ஆட்டம்னா 118 எலிமெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கு. ஸோ இந்த 118 எலிமெண்ட்ஸ் கூட தானாவே உருவாகல, அதுவும் இட் இஸ் த காம்பினேஷன் ஆஃப் சம் அதர் எலிமெண்ட்ஸ். ஸோ அந்த எல்லா எலிமெண்ட்ஸ்லையும் எலக்ட்ரான் வந்து காமனாக இருக்குது அப்படின்னு கண்டுபிடிச்சாங்க. ஸோ அதுலேருந்து என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்க, ஆட்டம் வந்து தனி ஒரு ஆட்டம் கிடையாது, அதில் எலக்ட்ரான் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. பட் when they have taken this atom as a unit, ஒரு ஆட்டமை ஒரு யூனிட்டாக, ஆட்டம் ஒரு யூனிட், இந்த பெண்ணை நான் வந்து கேப்பு இது அதுன்னு தனியாக எடுக்காமல் பென் அப்படின்னு எடுக்கும்போது, so I have neutrally charged. Okay, so when I take atom as a unit, okay, when I take atom as a unit, it is neutral. Okay, that is the net charge is 0. the net charge is equal to 0. But சரியா ஒரு ஆட்டம் நான் ஒரு யூனிட்டா எடுக்கும்போது net charge 0வா இருக்கும் அப்படினு பார்க்கலாம் இல்லையா. But when you see here, we have seen that it is consisting of electron. So we all know that electron has negatively charged. So if there is a negatively charged particle, இது வந்து atomல negative electron கண்டிப்பா இருக்குன்னு தெரியுது, அது negative chargeன்னு தெரிஞ்சிச்சு. ஆனா நம்ம அந்த atom entire பார்க்கும்போது it is neutrally charged. That means what? Yes, there should be a positive charge. Okay, so that the entire unit, the charge of the atom will be 0. புரியுதா? ஆட்டம் வந்து நியூட்ரல்னு தெரியுது, ஆனா எலக்ட்ரான் உள்ள இருக்குன்னு நமக்கு தெரியுது, அந்த எலக்ட்ரான் நெகட்டிவ் சார்ஜாகவும் இருக்குது. அப்ப கண்டிப்பா அங்க என்ன இருக்கணும்? Yes, there must be a positively charged particle. Okay, and they found out that positively charged particle as proton. If there is an electron, in order to make it neutral, there must be a positively charged particle, and that positively charged particle is electron. Okay, and later experimentally they have found out the mass of the electron. Okay, that you will study. Okay, using Millikan oil drop experiment, they have found out the mass of the electron, and they found out that the mass of the electron is very very small. Okay, when compared to the mass of the atom. A mass, if suppose mass of the atom is 2000 unit அப்படி வச்சுக்கோங்க, they found out that the electron mass is only 2 units. புரியுதா? So they found out that the electron is having very small mass when compared to the atom. That means what? Atom is made up of proton and electron. Electron வந்து இந்த 2000ல 2 unit தான் இதோட mass. Electron ஓட mass only 2 unit. The remaining unit is for proton. So naturally they concluded that the entire mass of the atom is occupied by the proton. Proton da maximum, adoda mass ellame proton la irukku, electron oda mass vandu very small. Okay, so this was basically about the atom, and later so many models have came and they have told about the distribution of this electron and proton. Okay, hope you could get an idea about this atom. Anyway, I'll explain you once again. We all know that this universe is made up of a material. Okay, that is it is having a fundamental material. We are trying to find out what is that fundamental particles. Okay, initially they believed that each and every particle, every object in the universe, when we break it up, it will be having a finest, that is smallest particle, that we will call it as molecule. After later studies, they found out that this molecule is not the smallest particle. It is also made up of some other elements, that is 180 elements. In the 180 elements, idhula 1-2 elements oda combination illa more than 2 elements oda combination ஆனதா molecule உருவாகுது அப்படினு கண்டுபிடிச்சாங்க. Later they found out, yes, this atom is itself, it is also produced of some other smaller particles. That was found out that atom is made up of electron. எல்லா எலிமெண்ட் எடுத்து அவங்க எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்டா பண்ணும்போது அதுல எலக்ட்ரான் இருக்கத கண்டுபிடிச்சாங்க. Okay, then they found it electron is common. So if atom is consisting of electron, electron is negatively charged. But when we see the charge of atom, it is neutral. How? Definitely there will be a positively charged particle is there, that is called as proton. It is positively charged. Then come to the mass. When we measure the mass of the atom, this is for example, if it is around 2000, the mass of the electron is only 2 units. That means the entire mass is there in the proton. Okay, if the mass of the electron is apple, the mass of the atom will be the mass of earth. புரியுதா? ஒரு ஆப்பிளோட மாஸ் தான் எலக்ட்ரானோட மாஸ்னா, எர்த்தோட மாஸ் தான் வந்து ஆட்டமோட மாஸா இருக்கும். அந்த அளவுக்கு டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கும். என்டையர் மாஸ் இஸ் ஆக்குபைட் பை த proton. Okay, so this is what we about the atom. So then we are going to study about how the atoms in an atom, electron and proton are distributed according to various scientist models. Okay, thank you.